Everybody, and welcome to our weekly football show with Coach Giampa here up at the Hill at Bay Path. We are super excited to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving Day football and then some. Coach Giampa, great to see you. How are you today, my friend? It's day before Thanksgiving.
2 days before Thanksgiving.
Well, I say the pre-day before the day before Thanksgiving. Thank you for saying that. Way to clarify that. Get everything else set up there. Hey, listen, this is a great opportunity for us to talk about Thanksgiving Day football. It means a lot to families. We got a tradition started here with Oxford. Before we even talk about that, let's talk a little bit about the win last week, which will transition into our opportunity to talk about this football. So let's talk about Greater New Bedford. What'd you think?
I thought we played pretty well. I thought all three phases of the game were pretty good. I thought our defense played outstanding. That was a really good team in terms of their execution on offense and what they wanted to do. And, they're very confident in what they try to do. And I thought our defense rose to the occasion and, didn't give them a lot of opportunities to execute what they were trying to do. So I thought, anytime you can get a defense to play like that, it makes the whole game a lot easier for you as a coach because, it opens up everything you want to do offensively. And then field position wise, they were in trouble with just about everything that they tried to do. So, I was really impressed with the way our defense played, the way our kids came to play defense and, the way we were tackling, wrapping up, getting in our run fits. I thought they just played really well.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you. I thought the word that I looked at was like dominating. I mean, it was airtight. I thought the message was sent early that this was going to be a night that you're going to stop them from every move they had. So outstanding work on that. And the offense, I'll tell you, there was no suffering there either. I think you guys moved the ball pretty much at will. Scored. Caden had a great day rushing. But all in all, I think everybody who touched the ball had some positive yardage.
Yeah, I thought, again, this is a team that's seen us the past 2 years in the playoffs. So they're well prepared for what we want to do. I think Caden's been playing against them since he was a sophomore. So they were prepared for him. And then we were, we were proud of the way that the other two running backs, Braden and Austin, stepped up in those games. When one guy gets not that he was taken away, but when the defense is focusing on one element of the offense, it opens up opportunities for other guys. So I thought that those two did a phenomenal job of carrying out their assignments and making the most of their touches and getting the ball down the field. So, Caden's done a tremendous job for us all year. He's done a tremendous job for us his whole career. But what he does in games like that is he opens up opportunities for other guys to take advantages of one-on-one matchups. And, Braden and Austin have both been rock solid for us all year. And when you try to take away one guy, those two do a great job. And then Corey and Aiden, connected and when they do that, it doesn't let the other team put 9-10 guys in the box. They have to be conscious of the pass, and I thought those two guys executed really well in their opportunities. So offensively, that's kind of what it's all about is you don't know how many opportunities you're going to get. We never go into a game plan trying to get a guy a certain amount of touches or trying to get a guy a certain amount of things. We just we call the plays that are there according to what we do and how we execute and what our offense is capable of. And when guys are all our offense presents a problem for people when guys are able to execute, the opportunities that they get.
Well, winning breeds success. It just does, and the more you do it, the more contagious it gets. And it's great to see how hungry your team was coming off the loss in the MIA tournament. It's a tribute to the resiliency that they all have. And like we said before, it's part of life. You got to bounce back. It's sometimes you get knocked down, but get back on the saddle and do what you do best each and every week. And you guys have done a great job with that. Let's take a look at, I don't want to look past into who we're going to be playing in that final game yet, but let's talk about Thanksgiving because it's always a great day for football. It's right in the middle of the three-peat here for you guys potentially in regards to vocational state champions. But how does this Thanksgiving Day game play out for you as a team and in preparation as you get ready for that next opportunity in the state finals?
Well, it goes into what we talk about with everything all the time. It's just the next thing that we're trying to do. It's the next step in the season. So, we're not looking past anything. Our kids are used to it. They've been in this situation 2 times before, so they understand what our expectations are. And Oxford is, they're ascending town and they're a good team. And it wasn't until last year they gave us an absolute fight. It was one of the best games of the year, from a fan perspective, I'm sure. But it was
there. I saw it.
Yeah, it was one of the best games of the year. They're a very well coached team. They're a very proud team. Those kids play hard for that jersey. So, we're not looking past anything. We're completely focused on. I hope to say that we're completely focused on Oxford, and winning on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is an important part of Massachusetts football, regardless of what certain groups are trying to do to it. So, it's an important part of football as long as I've been alive. And, we're very excited for the opportunity to play a team that, like I said, up until last year, used to give it to us pretty good every year. So I think our kids are excited. I think our kids remember those days of, getting, beat on Thanksgiving. So I think our kids understand how important these games are. And then, it all translates to everything translates to everything else. If you're overlooking one thing, it's hard to come back from losing. So if you're overlooking one thing because you're worried about something that you have no control over, or worried about things that aren't, immediate, then you can run into some issues.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. But I've also said the turkey always tastes a little bit better with a W on Thanksgiving Day. So, it's one of those things they said traditionally in Massachusetts and across the country. Thanksgiving Day is a huge day for football, and there's no doubt about that. But all right, let's shift gears very quickly. Let's talk a little bit about your opponent in the upcoming state vocational finals. Let's talk a little bit about them.
Whittier.
Again,
I'm focused on Oxford. I
love it. I can't even trap you.
Oxford does a really good job. Their quarterback is one of the best quarterbacks that we'll see all year, if not, the best quarterback we'll see all year. He does a ton of stuff where he's running around and making plays and keeping his eyes downfield. And that kid's he's a competitor, man. He wants to win. He's hungry to win, and he's beaten us before. So I'm sure he's not going to show up here on Thursday and give us anything less than the best performance he's had all year. They have an offensive lineman who's very, very good and very talented. We saw him at camp this summer, and he's a kid that's going to give us some problems on the offense and defensive side of the ball. So, I think that Oxford presents a lot of challenges to us. And again, they're ascending school, so we always want to make sure that we beat those teams, because a lot of our kids have played for those guys and, grew up in those towns. So it's an important game for us.
Well, I should have known better to ask you. You think past Oxford, coach, you put me right back in my spot, as you should, and as a real coach would be projecting out to what's in front of him right now. Hey, listen, we wish you the best luck. What time's the game here on Thanksgiving Day?
It's 10 o'clock in the morning up here on Thanksgiving.
10 o'clock in the morning up here at Bay Path. Rematch of what was one of the most exciting games we saw last year. There's no doubt about that. We hope you can come out and support our boys. We're right in the middle of the school dismissal right now, as you can hear. A little bit of noise on our end, but we'll bypass that right now. Coach, we wish you nothing but the best of luck, and all for your boys. There it is. Eye of the Tiger. Take it home.